This next segment of the Miracles of Jesus Memory Pegs is also by Johnny Luker. And this is also a harmony of the Gospels, but it's concerning the miracles. Now in this, the head of the little man is for Matthew. He makes little stories to help us remember. They're not Bible stories, but they're little short stories. And if in that story he has something about the head, you know that that's Matthew. If the story has something about the arms, hands, the chest, that's Mark. If the story has something about the waistline or the lower body, that's Luke. And if the story has something about the feet, that's John. So let's look. He gives you instructions here. We'll look at the instructions just a minute here. This example here. In this story, now this is a story about the feeding of the 4,000 that we're using for an example. And in that story, there was a crown on Jesus' head that had 15 jewels. So the head is Matthew 15. This story about the feeding of the 4,000 is found in Matthew 15. And then in the story, there's something about an arm and a crow landing on the arm and eating 8 crumbs that had fallen. And that tells us that it's in Mark chapter 8, not found in Luke, and it is not found in John. So let's see. I wanted us to look at number 18 here, the feeding of the 5,000 here. First you have the Bible story at the top of the page with an illustration. And as you see here, this story of the feeding of the 5,000 is found in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So your zip code is 14-696. And then there is a memory hook or a little story here. And in this story, it says first you put your hand on your head, then you raise 5 fingers, 4 fingers. So that's 14. So the head, it's on the head, so that's Matthew 14. That's our first one. And then it said in this little story, there's a huge crowd and the people come to Jesus and the children want him to hold them. So he takes 6 children in his arms. He has 6 children at his feet and 9 children on his lap. Okay, arms, Mark 6. The feet, John 6. And the lap, Luke 9. So that's how you remember. You have to remember the little story and then you can remember where it is found. Let's look at one more here. The stooped woman, 28. The stooped woman is healed. Here's the Bible story and the Bible picture. And it looks like this is only found in the book of Luke. So the zip code is 00130. And the little story is about a woman with a lower back problem, and she's bent over, and she works at a nursery, so she's arranging these 13 little chairs for the children to sit in. And that's how you remember that it is in Luke chapter 13. Let's go back to this page. Now, everything at the top of the page here, of course, is on the CD. There are some activities here. Some of them are on the CD, but if they say internet only, You can only get to them from the internet. And then at the bottom, you have other activities. If they're for internet only, I show that. And we've looked at the church hymns. These are some flashcards here. Let's look at this just a minute. These are the Old Testament flashcards, if I can get to it. And I think, okay, here we go. Now, here they are, okay. These flashcards, they're printed. You can print them off, and you can either print them on a heavier paper or maybe paste the pieces of paper onto cardboard or something. And the children can use these. They could use them with each other, or the teacher can use them with the class. And they are, who am I? They're riddles. The first one. I was the first man on earth. My wife was named Eve. Our home was called the Garden of Eden. Who am I? Now at the bottom of this, I have also repeated the riddle and written the answer. And you might want to put that on the back of the card so whoever is holding the card will know what the answer is to it.